You know, like, it's basically free. It's just there. Like, Master Yi would have ganked that. So I kind of want to see stylistically Inori on a playmaker that can do things like earlier on in the game. That can kind of force the engages, force the issue, and guarantee these ganks stick to get Arc Second ahead. In my mind, that's the style I want to see from these guys.
Okay. Something that can kind of get Arc Second ahead is...
To guarantee him ahead for a carry position.
Okay.
Or get Big Ol' Ron ahead because Arc Second's already going to do fine.
I don't know about how much getting Big Ol' Ron ahead.
Okay.
Like, Big Ol' Ron has proved that he's not really the person to go to if you want the game carried. Like,
it's fair.
I'm just looking at his stats over the season. He has 4
Bad
kills.
score lines.
He has 4 kills total.
Ouch. That's fair.
Yeah. He's not a carry top laner by any means, and they don't put any resources into him, and he's not like solo killing top laners that are of equal skill or getting ganks in the top lane that he's taking the kill for.
I guess you're right about that one. Okay, yeah, getting only assists in that Rumble game against Fusion, but we'll see what style they go for. I still maintain I want to see Lola 1 on Teamfighters himself. And, I mean, I also don't know what kind of style we're going to see from CLG Black here. We saw their big roster shakeup. We saw Nidalee from... Oh, you know what? They've swapped back. They actually have swapped their people back. So Think Card's taking back up to the jungle, sticks it back to AD carry. Looks like CLB were, you know, chips on the line saying this is the tiebreaker game, back to the people playing the main roles. Aside from the fact that Kenny is still filling in for Easy and Sammy is playing support.
I guess against the TDK roster, they may have been messing around a little bit, trying out other roles. Now they think they might have a better chance with their actual lineup.
I guess.
Minus Easy and swapping Kenny and Sammy.
And so for what it's worth, I now have to question. It seemed like Sammy laned okay.
Yeah, Sammy did lane okay. Sammy did a good
lack
job.
of competitive experience, though. The warding we kind of mentioned didn't seem all that good. Some of that could be being afraid of Alex, such as Zed. Understandable.
I mean,
and the thing is, I know Kenny's a very good player, and maybe he has better impact than Easy will in the mid lane.
That's true. That's true.
Like this, CLGB might be better now in this lineup. Might be.
Kenny has a lot of pressure that he likes to apply. That is his style. And I see TSD right now ban the Janna, ban the Morgana. They just threw 2 bans towards Sammy.
Yeah.
And then they immediately pick up the Lulu.
Oh, yeah.
So they're making Sammy dive deep for a champion here.
Well, I mean, the problem is Sojin did not seem to be very strong for TSM Darkness before when they fought up against Fusion. Maybe that's just because Nien's so darn strong and you know, he and Trance together are just a really good duo, but maybe TSD think they can poke a weakness here and get Sojin ahead up against Stixxay. We have to see what happens here. The Scion was picked up, and Nori won't get that. He's going to get Rengar instead. Thing is, I want to see this Lulu on Big Ol' Ron. If he's not getting kills anyway, if he's kind of having a hard time in lane, get him a champion. You don't care how well they do.
Yeah.
Give him Lulu.
Yeah.
Wow, grow someone. Done.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter how much you've scaled up or like beaten your opponent, because a lot of your abilities have ratios on them that are utility based.
Right.
It's like you're gonna run really fast.
Whimsy's still good at 0 AP.
Help, exactly. Right.
Right.
Like it's like Whimsy, help picks, like all these things. You're
the
good.
Glitter Lance slow, the knock up from the ulti on Wild Growth.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's why I like utility tops, especially if the lane seems to be weak for you. We'll have to see what happens. Think Card's gonna get his Lee Sin though. Annie comes out for CLG Black. The thing is, I have no idea what Kenny's champion pool is. I expect that to be support, but you never know.
Them locking in the Annie fairly early on, like pretty much when they don't even know what the bottom lane's going to be, because that's a flex pick Lulu, which means they could take even another support and make Sammy go on something
top mid
else,
support.
right?
Yeah.
So I like the fact that they picked their support early on to just secure something for Sammy. I mean, it could be a mid lane Annie,
sure,
but we will have to see what it ends up being here. The bans that came out were basically towards the Wombo combo composition that TSD won with.
The Ken and Sejuani off the table, not allowed to play it. Rumble comes in, so Big Ol' Ron will be on this champion once again. Have to see if TSM Darkness can get out of the lane swap. I think that snowballed the game so incredibly hard for them, like almost an unfair showing for them in that last game, just because of how rough that lane swap ended up playing out. We'll have to see that Rumble again in the top lane. And it's also going to be a mid lane Lulu with Thresh being picked up here, so ArcSecond, despite being the best performing player, on a support mid.
Okay, so now they're going to need somebody else to carry, and
it's Sojin.
It's Sojin or Inori?
I mean, I don't know if we're going to see full AD Rengar.
I mean, the Lulu can carry the game, but you have to get her really far ahead.
You have to win in like 28 minutes.
Yes, had to win pretty early on. I mean, late game though, if you do get a Lich Bane and you can like Glitter Lance to hit multiple people, you do chunk AD carries and other
and
members
helps a little bit for it too. Like there are a couple of damage items you can get to try to scale Lulu into the late game. But I think it's a kind of a long road ahead. Stixxay going to be on a more supportive utility AD carry with Sivir. So Sivir Annie for the engages, Ahri mid for iKennyU. And it is kind of through and through a team fight comp with some picking potential off of Lee Sin and Ahri plays.
Speaking of picking potential, so
Ashe.
It's an Ashe for Sojin, and that okay. That
really utility focused for TSD.
really like all over it's utility focused here. You get some safety with pairing the Ashe with the Thresh, which is good, but the Annie just gives you so many ways to engage on this team composition. And TSD can force it with an arrow, force a fight with an arrow, or Inori jumping in. So this is going to be a lot about how much Inori can affect these lanes, because ganking a Rumble lane is great. Ganking for an Ashe is great. Lulu has a lot of gank assistance, but against an Ahri, it'll be kind of slim pickings picking him up. But TSD have a lot of lanes to affect, and maybe it'll be arc second. You're going to be fine no matter what. Let's try snowballing a different lane. Because he's just going to be okay on island, keeping Kenny to himself.
And to be fair, Ashe Thresh is one of the best gank assistance lanes possible. In the bottom lane, 2 long-range CCs, stuns between them both. What I don't like, though, so gank assistance is nice. Okay, maybe that works well. Problem is, Sion, not a good arrow target. Lee Sin buys the Sight Stone. Ward Hop, not a good arrow target. iKennyU has Spirit Rush, not a good arrow target. Sivir has Spell Shield, horrible arrow target. And then it's just picking on Annie. And like this is like one of the worst possible comps for Ashe here. I love the champion. I think she's very strong, and I like to see her in competitive. I think she's actually very strong and competitive, but not against this lineup.
Yeah, and like I said, she's got a range advantage in that bottom lane, but Annie kind of makes it so it's in her favor. Like they can just bully each other around, and the Ashe pickup against the Annie, you can get engaged on it anytime. Against the Sivir, she helps her team engage on you. The Thresh will give her limited safety. You'll have the Lulu to try and compensate for that. But the thing is, if Sojin actually gets ahead, he can become a beast on that Ashe.
That's true.
He can run up with almost disregard for the enemy team, except for the stun, and just pop people while kiting.
That's true.
And the Lulu, which is just going to help him do that.
Yeah, pretty limited backline reach, and only a couple champions with real mobility. Slow's definitely good here for TSD. Running champions, pretty bad against Thresh, Ashe, and Rumble. Follow it. Yeah! Uh-oh. One Frosty for Inori. It's going to help his jungle clear.
Okay. It actually does a little bit. Because I mean,
right.
Like you are right, because every little bit of ferocity helps.
Minions have spawned.
Inori a bit more ferocious as a kitty cat than he was before.
As ridiculous as it is.
I have not seen this Scion skin in a while.
It's a barbarian Scion.
Yep. He's a big buff dude. He's got a back brace. I guess he's like a power lifter.
So the splash art for this skin, everybody, my friends are always sometimes like,
sometimes?
Which League of Legends character is the chestiest? And they're like, oh, it's Sona. I'm like, no, Barbarian Scion. Have you seen that splash?
That's true.
He's got pecs on pecs.
That's true. All right, so bot lane 1v1 for now. Sojin versus Stixxay. And you can see Stixxay playing around the that crit of Ashe. Actually gives up 1 CS to hide away from that burst damage.
Which is the appropriate move. It's a great move, because you don't want to take that big crit at the start, which could actually, sometimes that one crit can cost you laning phase.
It can.
Because it may force you to blow your potion a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have a range disparity of the Sivir and the Ashe.
Yes. It is 100 range disparity across those 280 carries. TSD can definitely have pressure lead, especially when volleys keep hitting like that. The cooldown's so high on volley, you pretty much can't using volley early game, so you can kind of spam it on the very long cooldown and just get poked down. And Stixxay has to guess whether an arrow is going to hit him or not when he spell shields. But right now, early pressure lead. Ashe can't really deal with this. Very high cooldown on volley means you can't counter push very well.
Yeah, the wave clear of Ricochet is much higher than the wave clear of volley, especially since it can't go through the first minion wave, first line.
Yeah, second one hits. I actually don't like that he learned Frost Shot at level 2, by the way. There's pretty much no world in which Frost Shot actually helps you. And because you learn Volley at 3, it's just like, it's like 60 extra gold by just learning E at level 2.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the reasons Ashe is better than people think, is she hits item spikes sooner than other champions because of her E passive.
And the fact it doesn't scale up now either.
Right, like rank 1 is 3 gold per CS, which is kind of a lot. It gives you basically like a 1 or 2 wave advantage to your first item, which is pretty significant if you CS really well.
This lane is very volatile. The stuns from Sammy are going to be very important, and the way that they play this range advantage is going to be very important for TSD on the opposite side.
Thinkcard's going to get the first scuttler here. And that's going to really stop Inori's gank attempts. All he can do now is lane gank, so bot lane is safe to push. I really like the fact that he got scuttler. Because Inori can't jump walls, if it was like Vi or Jarvan or something, that scuttler might not create a lot of advantage, but now CLB can use their trinket wards to like watch lane brushes and stuff, and they know they can't get ganked for the next, what, minute as scuttler sits up?
Yeah, and right now they're banking a lot on Inori affecting this early game, but he's going to get seen right there.
Bam, pinged.
Yep.
That's how much that ranges. Nerfed in 5-6.
Nerfed in 5-6. That is actually my favorite change in the patch.
Oh,
they're stalking him.
Yeah, Thinkcard's right there, but it's a full ferocity, meaning he could root whoever shows up. Thinkcard can't chase it. Now, very equal early game right now, Kenny. 3 CS difference to Arc second. Top lane, actually a pretty big lead for Lorlo. His Scion, as much as I don't like his impact on the game at large, his laning phase has been really good on this champion.
Yeah, Scion's laning phase is a little ridiculous. Even against 2-on-1s, it's a strong lane to have. Big ol' Ron, though, he's faring a lot better this game than the last game. And bottom lane.
Bottom lane's rough, though.
It's gotten to that rough point where Stixxay is just constantly wave clearing with the Ricochet to apply pressure on Sojin, forcing him out of mana as he tries to clear these waves with Volley. And he's losing some CS to the turret because of it. He's keeping pressure on the Ashe that way.
Yeah, but now that Scuttler has dropped off, CLB has to be safe. Sammy goes and puts the Trinket Ward down in the river. Inori is just rushing as fast as he can to level 6. He's already 5 on Rengar. Already has the Trailblazer, clearing the jungle as much as possible. Now is looking for a lane gank for Ferocity. Gets the Lantern. In comes the push. Gets the snow. Flash forced by Sammy. They're onto Sammy.
It's good, though. Didn't give him that extra Ferocity. Made it so he doesn't get the reset on the Bola. Because Inori still had his own flash. He could possibly follow up on switching targets to Stixxay or whatever he wanted, but getting that flash is basically making it a successful gank, and then it makes it so that this lane doesn't have as much pressure. You don't have the threat of an anti-flash forward double stun.
Yeah, and also Sojin should hit 6 and have that arrow before Sammy will have her flash back up. So real pressure of just destroying the Annie. Rutted level 6 spike around, I think it's like 8-9 minutes when that happens, when the level 6 comes in for the duo lane. So we'll see if that ends up coming into fruition here. Thinkcard still running around doing what he can. But low level 5, he is getting out-experienced a little bit by Inori, but going for scuttler control to keep his lane safe. No wards Tri-Brush, though. Inori does have, right now, a path into the top lane.
Ganking for the Rumble against the level 6 Scion's going to be kind of hard, though. Inori wants to hit the level 6 before he starts going for ganks. His first gank is probably going to be bottom on Sammy. You get the flash, it seems like the way to go.
I really like that Inori's done a good job of staying in Fog of War. We've actually seen no aggressive wards by Thinkcard to try to track Rengar's progress. The fact that they don't know where Rengar is at all, that's actually really big. I am actually surprised Thinkcard hasn't, because of his giant top lane pressure lead and actually moderate mid lane pressure lead and giant bot lane pressure lead. Like, Thinkcard could go to any side of the jungle he wants and get a deep ward down and hasn't actually done so.
I think he might just be afraid of the Rengar jumping on him because, man, Inori, he goes jungle item, he doesn't even care about it. He's going immediately into Tiamat.
Yeah, he is going AD Rengar after all. We talked about who's going to be the carry. It is going to be Inori.
A lot of Rengars in solo queue will do this. They'll get the jungle upgrade, and then they'll immediately go. Some even ignore the upgrade and just be like, all right, I'm sitting on Machete. And they go straight for the Tiamat.
Interesting. Well, Golem buff. Blue does go to Inori. They don't even bother giving it to Art Seconds. Inori just wants to hard carry this game. He is 6. There's a ward right there, though.
Yeah, Scuttler control has been what I think Card and Inori are both after to kind of keep tabs on the enemy jungler. But there they go. They see Kenny.
Yeah, they pinged that Kenny left lane and knew that they'd be probably near that brush. So Inori should know that they know he's bot side in level 6, but he still goes for this gank.
Do they know he knows? Bot side for this gank? Ooh.
There's a good chance he's going to try for it
Here's
here.
the ultimate. They have an idea.
Arrow misses.
But that,
Sammy
that
walks
makes
back.
them back off.
Yeah, and there's the exclamation points. They don't have quests to give. They just want to get away. Stixay preemptively spell shields in case Inori jumped. Wow, but it's down now. The hook's going to land. Stixay with a severe misplay. He's got to be careful. Will go down at first blood, but they will trade back. Sammy gets the kill. TP's come in for both top laners. Flash by Sojin. Think cards here, but there's no fight to take.
Oh,
no,
but
Kenny, you
they don't have arc
otherwise.
second.
Sojin's got to be careful. The kick into the wall. A big knockup comes in, and Big ol' Ron will drop. Equalizer does not get a kill, actually, and the team is able to back off. Arc second. Little Lance does not get a kill. 2-1 CLG Black.
Arc second very late to that fight, being shoved in. Definitely hurt him, having to counter push before he actually goes out. And Sammy, with the pickup there, the failed engage, Inori continued to push it, and they were immediately able to respond on CLG Black's side. Think hard in the right place, knew that was going to happen, premeditated that a long time ago.
Yeah, great counter engage by Kenny. Arc second, in rare form, not actually able to make the impact we expect him to in this game. Lulu, normally a great laner, expected to get out of this one pretty well, but no, Kenny doing a great job on the off roll, I suppose, to say. Just styling that one. Giving that mana. I want to see if he Qs it. If he Qs it, breaks the freeze, and it means that, or so it actually builds a freeze for TSD. She's going to give him a chance to a freeze at payment of 46 gold. Looks like Stixay actually going to feel safe since the Annie's now back in the mix. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't really want to freeze because it's just going to get shoved into the turret off of the Ricochet over and over and over again just for whittling down the turret. And Sojin's struggling. That's the reason that Ashe does struggle a little bit in competitive is all of the good AD carries right now have some type of early wave clear. Corki has 2 abilities that'll help.
Yeah, yeah.
Graves has his Q.
Yeah.
Sivir has
I'd rather
W
say common
Q.
than good because I really believe in like Vayne and things like that, and we've seen it a couple times.
That is actually true. Like Vayne, Kog'Maw right now are really good tank busters.
Yeah.
They're really good in meta for a different reason. But a lot of the early game ones,
Yeah, I mean, all the pressure laners, you're absolutely right.
The common ones
have wave clear to do it. They're going to try for the Sivir ulti into Sojin. Great flash kick, and they're going to knock down Sojin. The burst comes in, but here comes the rest of the team. They might trade it back, and they will. Inori, right place, right time, ulti burn to trade kill.
Now the kick back, Sojin unable to get away. And as soon as he got the lantern, Indivisible was already right next to him.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome stuff. Ward hop and a flash kick.
They're going to get even more.
Plays,
They're going to start putting pressure onto this turret. It's been chipped away just a tiny bit, but now they actually get to open it up a little bit. And watch out, that'll pull you aggro.
And Inori takes a whole bunch of damage, but Stixay pulls aggro back. Spell shield not needed as the minion tanks the shot. And they're just kind of chunking people down. Ricochet pulled aggro again.
Ricochet and Tibbers will both pull them aggro on this side of CLG Black, so have to be a little wary some of that.
Yeah. All right, so Pickaxe comes in. Sojin, despite being 0-1 and down 23 CS, actually managed to get both big attack damage items on the first couple recalls. So Ashe more or less able to last hit very easily now.
That's going to help him a lot underneath the turret.
Yeah.
And especially since Stixay keeps pushing him under that turret. Stixay's having a good game for himself, though.
Yeah, true. 93 CS. Lorlo's having an amazing one, though. TP'd out of the lane to help bot lane. Now, are still up pretty high in CS. 108 right now. Should get a lot of this wave without much effort. Yep. Much trouble.
He's hitting some good spikes here for Sion. He has both types of resistances and some HP off the back of it. So after hitting these 2 items, you're in a really good spot to lane against anybody.
Ooh, this is interesting. So Inori, double sweeper. Inori walked by it, though. I think they only saw Indivisible off that. There's a good chance they don't know that Rengar was there. If you don't attack it, you don't reveal. Like,
it disables it
yeah.
the time that it's got that X on it.
Best play made as a jungler was we were sitting outside their base, and they like put wards down as like good players do. And I did Sweeper Crowstorm immediately, and they didn't know I was coming. And it was like, surprise! Party! And it actually broke us the freeze and it won us the game, so I was pretty happy about that.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like a rare, like, good move from me. And that sneak, though, by Inori, I think was very smart. I don't know if they know he's around. Now he's actually gone all the way to bottom side anyway. Dive attempt by Lorlo. Who's going to pull aggro?
Vigilron.
It's going to be no one. They realize this gank's not going to work, but they get Vigilron's ulti all the same. And his flash. Yeah. Kenny's working up. Nice sweeper. They don't know that Kenny's specifically there.
But they know somebody's there.
Yeah, they're like, hey, this went dark. Holy crap.
Uh-oh.
And they can surmise that it was actually almost definitely Kenny. You can see the other two guys.
A TSD, that tips them off. It's time to go do Dragon because 3 people were top. And they had Think Card there, so there's no chance of a Smite steal. Very, very smart stuff. Scrying Orb used by 6A to see, oh shoot, they really are taking Dragon. And guys, we have a very close game here. The carry Inori trying to get full damage Rengar going here. Gets a Dragon, gets 2 kills overall. Lorlo, though, will get top turret thanks to his team's pressure. So that heavy pressure got them an ult lead, a flash lead, and a traded turret for Dragon. And then it comes down to what you value. Right? Yep. Value the Dragon, you value that turret. Either way, both of these teams, like you said, very close to each other. And this is coming down to, like, the Tiamat is completed on Inori. He has his ultimate up. He's got another window to make a move, but the warding is all over this bottom side from CLG Black. They're trying to see these moves coming from Inori, but he's just going to come through the lane most of the time.
That's true. He often is, and so with a 15 CDR from items, his total CDR right now is actually 30.
Oh.
So a lot from runes and masteries here.
Yeah, that's a lot, because first rank of Rengar ultimate is actually has a decent cooldown on it. If you want to affect the game, you run a lot of CDR just for that purpose to get it off cooldown much more frequently. Because a lot of Rengars are like, I need to be level 11 just so I don't have my ultimate once a game.
I think he's got to have a cooldown quint to do that, because the mastery is only 5%. Like, he's got 50% from pre-game stats. 5% from the mastery. You can only get 7.5 from flat glyphs, so there's 2.5 coming from somewhere, and I want to say it's from Quinn, so I'll have to check his page after the game. But Inori will have max CDR off just a Brutalizer, which is coming next for him. So a pretty quick spike into max CDR, a lot of attack damage on him. Inori is the guy with the kills here, and he's actually the guy with the most gold on the team as well. Really, it is on Inori on this Rengar. Arc second, picked a support mid. Guess why? Cause of Rengar. Ashe, AD carry, cause of Rengar. Kenny? Cannot. Dodge the Glitter Lance is the end of that sentence.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Thank you.
You got me.
Thank you.
Got me. I was like, there's actually a couple pink wards around the sides looking for Inori. He was able to skirt by that one, but here comes Think Card.
Well, there's a Rengar nearby. Oh. Wow, what a charm! No steal. Inori's gonna jump in, kicks into Kenny range. That's gonna be the kill. It is. Think Card scumbags his own mid laner.
2 for 1 in that trade. The kick backwards.
I mean,
oh man, he couldn't have known the direction Kenny was going to go into, but he's like, let's just get him under turret. But that's where Kenny was heading.
Yeah. Well, it's. I mean, to be fair, it's an assisted kill and not for arc second, so you can't really hate.
Yeah, and it's 2 kills for 1, so
you
can't really hate either on that.
All right, well, bot lane Adder's going to go down. Mid lane Adder going to go just the same. Really good pressure. Suddenly, all 3 Adder turrets are gone 17 minutes into the game. CLG Black up 2 kills. The Dragon they gave away seems to not mean so much anymore.
Yep.
As they're nursing a pretty nice gold lead here.
Oh, there's the... Oh, they caught him backing.
And that's going to be really good to get him into everything. Stixay is sure to die, but they trade back on a Sojin. Why by the flashing? You're ignited. Sammy now trading back on an Indivisible, but I don't know if it's going to be much. Maybe so. The flash, the stun lands. W auto attack not quite going to be enough. 100 health left on. And now Inori with no ult, no flash. Oh, going to pull the TP from Lorlo. Cancels it. Big ol' Rancho's way behind. Oh. Outplay here by TSD. Can they catch Sammy? Arc seconds there.
No flash.
That's a kill. Ooh. And a lantern for good measure.
Man, the way that Sojin just got burst there, it looked like it was going to be all Stixay just going down, but nope. Immediate turnaround.
And he saved his good burst. The reason's good lane. Silver Q is one of the highest, I think it's actually probably the highest damage AD carry basic skill.
Oh.
Kenny? Cannot land the charm. We'll do it one more time this game.
Is it the highest?
I mean, so Boomerang Blade, just as in terms of base damage, actually it's part of Total AD as well. So it's doing 314 each way. It has fall off, to be fair, but you're still looking at like a 550 damage skill on a single target. Like, you were complaining about Scion Q.
Yeah.
That's more than that.
I'm just wondering, like, if you're in the face of a Graves buckshot, would it do more?
I think not. Because the Graves is like 200 base damage, and it's either 20 or 40% more per pellet. So you're looking at, like, at most 400 damage.
Off the base?
Well, it's bonus AD here, so you're actually not getting that same, like, crazy scaling that Sivir does. So it's like, I mean, I could look at the math afterwards, but I'm pretty sure Buckshot won't quite hit that same number.
Gotcha. Looking for a play down bottom, though. They have the arrow, but Kenny is off on the side. Arrow hits Sammy.
That's going to be a kill picked up. Sojin gets one, but ThinkCard trades back, just keeps kicking people back into the turrets, and it's going to be Inori going down. Now the chase on. Sojin's got nowhere to go. Great charm by Kenny. Locks him out 1, 3, and 2. This Ashe having a pretty bad game. They
saw that coming a mile away, too. They had that area warded, and TSD walked right over CLG Black's wards.
And looks like the hook's not going to quite land on a Kenny, so he's going to be nice and safe. CLB, I mean, these teams are trading 2-for-1s back and forth throughout this game, but it is CLB nursing a 3,000 gold lead. Kenny not really winning the mid lane in the laning phase. Oh, that's going to be a bad thing here. Nice Lantern on in, the knock up there as well. And ThinkCard will die. Stixley wants to trade back, but doesn't have the damage to do so. Wow, what a great spell shield. Blocks the hook from Indivisible. And Thresh has got to be careful. He's getting really hit up right now.
Nori's here.
Can't dodge the Q. Inori comes on back, tried to bait it. Double Glitterlance does hit, and Kenny will be another casualty. Again, a 3-for-1 actually here. TSD tie up the kills.
Overextension, and a lot of those kills went to Inori, and he's the guy that they're trying to funnel gold onto. And now ArcSecond, he's their follow-up. He's kind of their insurance policy, because he can keep Inori alive longer, and he also has that magic damage that they want. Big ol' Ron pretty much doing his own thing in the top lane here, but hasn't been a part of these fights.
All right.
He's shown up once, but he hasn't gotten anything for it.
Well, Dragon 2 for TSD, and we talk about Lulu a little bit and her scaling and whatnot. The reason we talk about her, like, really not needing farm, like, really she's, like, it stops mattering after 2 items. Morellonomicon Death Cap is the items you really, really, really want to hit on Lulu, and then it really hits diminishing returns from there. And that's the spot that ArcSecond is at right now. He's level 13. His only 2 offensive abilities have been maxed. It starts going downhill, and it has to start going towards Inori, Big ol' Run, and Soja for damage output. But right now, ArcSecond is a very real threat at this time.
A very real threat, and it really, in my mind, it comes down to what boots you pick on Lulu that really dictates what you're going to be doing on. If you go for the cooldown reduction boots, you're like, all right, I'm utility Lulu because this benefits all my abilities. If you go spell pen, you're like, all right, 2 of my abilities benefit from these out of my, what?
And your passive, homie?
6, I guess, yeah. I guess.
No, but you're right. You're absolutely right.
So that when he buys the boots, it's going to speak to me at least which route he's going. Is he going to be an offensive Lulu, or is he going to be this utility for his AD carry and his jungler?
And I also want to see what that Amp Tome turns into. I could see it being Void Staff,
Ludens,
or Lichbane.
Or Zonia's.
Lichbane makes him a split pusher.
Yeah.
And actually a very good split pusher, and, you know.
Yeah,
it could be Zonia's too. I think it's unlikely.
I like the Lichbane pickup on Lulu personally, just because it covers that late game weakness of not having enough damage, because you get to just pop people.
True.
And everybody on CLB is pretty mid-ranged.
Yeah, I think Ludens would be the more supportive option. It's 120 AP to help the rest of your supportive skills.
Yep.
We'll see what that road is. Void Staff is a pure offense one. Sure. I mean, like, it does. It's just kind of good on both, really. I do like Ludens on Lulu quite a bit. I wonder if that build's going to, like, happen more over time.
The thing, though, is Ludens, you want to be able to buy it as a first item, and Lulu's very Morello-dependent.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. We'll see what it ends up.
I think he would have gone that instead of Death Cap at the start, if that's... I don't know.
I don't know. I can't see myself buying that over Death Cap almost ever. You have to be a very specific champion to do that. Being like Corki or Katarina, mostly. We'll see, though. CLB playing the pressure game. This team still feels like the one that is ahead, because if Inori's not there, TSD is basically guaranteed to be behind, then Inori is top lane. He's pressuring this, and no one is anywhere near him.
He's got Hydra, so he gets to do this.
CLB has to pressure something, or they're going to lose his turret for nothing.
They're going bottom. They have the wave bottom. They're going to start pressuring that. Inori can't get there, right? So it's guaranteed 4 on 5.
Yep.
Going to get some type of objective for this, and they have ways to start the fight. Sivir ulti could be popped, and they could also pop Sion ulti to start it, and there they go!
And they gotta pop that one, but guess what? A Lantern keeps them safe. It's gonna create a tier 2 bot lane for tier 1 top lane, but Inori's still going, and Sivir ult is down. CLB's not gonna get anything else for this, but Inori's certainly gonna chop down most of this turret. TP required, and it's gonna be a stun onto Kenny. In comes the engage. It is still a 4v4, but the kill is picked off. That's the second arrow caught on a recalling target that could have escaped it.
Yep, not watching your screen, you're watching a different place. You're gonna get caught like that. That arrow out of nowhere for it. It's a 4 on 3 in the mid lane, and this means that TSD can actually group up and shove it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and I talk occasionally about off-meta picks being good because people aren't used to playing against them. Key example right here, not watching their map.
Yeah, they're dealing with Inori. They're gonna lose this mid turret.
Wow, so TSD get 2 outer turrets and a kill as payment for bot lane tier 2. Worth it in my book. TSM Darkness within 500 gold off the pressure of Inori and the arrows of Sojin.
And I love how both these teams, although...
Oh, no one's around.
He's gonna have to go really far. If he's gonna continue... Whoa!
Wow!
He's not near his team!
It's not good for Inori. He's squishy. Gets the shield, though he's gonna be safe.
He got the flash from Sammy.
All right, I guess it's worth it.
That's the bonus there, is that he got the flash from Sammy in exchange for his ultimate, which is now at a 66-second cooldown.
Max CDR off of Warrior plus Hydra, and he's now going tanky. Inori seems to be done with his offensive purchases. He needs to survive Ahri, Annie. And that Cal gonna help keep him up. I think he's got enough damage to threaten most backline targets. No, just kidding.
Oh.
It's Cal, he's going Triforce. He wants to one-shot people.
I saw the phase come in and I'm like, okay. Okay.
Aw, Sojin missed the cannon. Call him Zion Spartan.
So here's the thing too, is that's going to be a Banshee's Veil. It's not going to be a Spirit Visage.
Probably. Yeah.
To increase his heal, because he already has max CDR, and then that becomes a worthless stat.
Yeah, but I mean, the heal could be worth it.
The heal's good, but I think the Banshee's Veil is better because he doesn't get counter-stunned.
I agree. No, I agree. I think it is kind of the better choice here. Nice arrow, but it's still going to be queued in. Is it going to be enough? Nice flay, might stop for a bit, but stuns still come through. Ward hop kick, Stixay gets the kill. Think Card has been amazing on Lee Sin in this game.
Those kickbacks have been great. 1, 2, and 7. Highest kill participation on his team, and you're seeing how. He jumps in, and he's a huge facilitator of that engage. Like, they're like, oh, we have a Sion and an Annie and a Sivir. It's the Lee Sin kickbacks that are actually starting these picks.
Yeah, they've been absolutely amazing. Massive props to Think Card this game. You can see these teams really pulling out all the stops, winning this fifth place tiebreaker. TSD looking to pressure mid. Stixay's on the wrong side of the map here, but so is Indivisible. Neither team feels like they might want to fight just yet as Stixay regroups. I feel it'd be really weird to have a fight right now in the mid lane. There's nothing to fight over. It's instead about, it's about wave control and the vision control to play for that dragon. CLB on the way there first. TSD not able to stop it.
Yeah, Inori was doing his red at the time, so this is a free dragon to CLG Black. But on their way out, is there going to be a fight?
No Rengar ult means no. That's the signal. If TSD wants to fight, Inori's going to be stealth.
He's got 5 ferocity. He's looking for something. There's the arrow.
It hits Think Card, but is it going to be enough? Equalizer on the back line. Invisible goes in, kicks back by Think Card. Is it going to be enough? Big ol' Ron the focus, but first Sammy goes down. Inori in the back lines flashes in, catches Kenny with the bola. It's a 3-for-1. Stixay trying to trade something back, but it is still a 4v2 in the chase down. A knockup's not going to come through. Lorlo now going to be locked up easily. The permaslow comes in. Arc second gets his 5th kill of the fight, and the Rengar focused team comp is winning these team fights.
And it's working out for them. They go straight towards the Baron. TSD with 15 seconds on Think Card, and he'd have to run all the way there. They're going to try to put their damage to the test and take this very quickly.
Oh, there is no chance you stop this one if the rest of the team does show up, and they do. Massive shields come in, no threat whatsoever. Stixay should actually stay mid and go for mid tier 2 right now. Even if he dies for it, it is the worth it choice. He reveals Baron. I don't know. I don't feel like queuing for this is the right choice, and it does go over. Mid lane tier 2 could have possibly died instead of contesting Baron. Maybe they still try, actually. The team's coming up to reinforce him.
They don't have much of a mini wave left. There is going to be one crashing against
empowered recalls.
Empowered recalls, they're going to be able to run up very quickly.
Yeah, Stixay could have gotten probably 1,500, no, probably 2,000 damage on that turret if he stayed. He easily had 20 auto attacks.
Inori still has his ultimate.
Oh.
Or has it again, actually.
Arrow misses, Bola misses. Flay isn't going to, though, and Sammy exploded.
Out of position, caught between that Rengar. They see the exclamation point.
Yeah.
This time he does have a quest for him.
Oh. Lola rooted, doesn't seem to care too much. Invisible catches the hook on the Think card.
Whoa.
He goes for it, puts the lantern down, flays in for Stixay. Siver's gonna go down, and Nori grabs his 7th kill of the game.
That was crazy. The hook onto Think card actually led them to Stixay. He warded the bush, and then they immediately target swapped to the AD carry. That was really quick calling.
That was sick by Indivisible. What an amazing play by him to get this kill. Another hook. Lorlo could die for this one. He's tanky, but not that tanky. What a great equalizer. It's gonna drop Kenny. Inori on the back lines gets some damage on the Think card, but it's all really just gonna give them pressure for this turret. Inori will survive thanks to the shield. Anti-terrorist does not matter. Mid-tier 2 goes down. TSM Darkness turning it on in the mid-game. They're going for the inhibitor.
This is a lot off of the back of ArcSecond, who went Luden's Echo on that Lulu. He now has a ton of damage and is a big AP threat. Oh, what?
Wow, Think card goes in, just gets hooked. Why fight? It's a 3v5, but maybe they're right about this one. They catch down Indivisible. Inori on the side, nothing to do with it. Literally gets stunned, doesn't care.
Oh man, Think card hit the Q, took the Q, and got hooked mid-air, so he didn't deal the damage. Ridiculous there from Indivisible. His hooks in that last fight were fantastic. You're gonna see it here. Stops it. That was sick. Because he was very close to having his ultimate off cooldown again. Possibly getting another kickback. I think it may have been a little bit of a stretch, but that was just fancy. Getting a slow on everybody would have been really big too. Whew.
Well, 6-kill lead, TSM Darkness. They're up a dragon, they're up a turret, they're up 6 kills, they're up the Baron gold and the buff for a few more seconds. 6,000 gold puts them ahead here. TSD had the most painfully slow season, all split. They won game 1, then lost 7 in a row.
Yep.
Against all odds, they beat Fusion Tuesday, and they're like, oh, guys, we're gonna tie for 5th. And TSD now looking to make a bit of a statement here in this game.
I mean, the thing is, you brought a new person onto your roster. They brought in Inori, and the games they've won with him have been him carrying.
That's true.
So Inori's a carry-style jungler. He has sort of the occult right now.
Yeah.
He's looking to put this game on his back. Normally, we're like, all right, when's ArcSecond going to step up? And this is a huge pressure relief off of ArcSecond in the mid lane and allows him to play champions like Lulu, like the Xerath. Because then they'll have something in the jungle that's a big threat, whether it's even the Sejuani setting up the Kennen with the Wombo combo synergy. But I think Inori synergized with ArcSecond is something that there's a lot of promise here moving forward.
Yeah. And it is going to be, by the way, more carry-focused. ArcSecond, Sork Shoes come in, and the elements of a Void Staff next.
Yep.
So, does care about Lulu's damage. Sojin, interesting build one.
Where's it looking? Oh, nobody's around.
So I want to
got the ward.
All right. I want to talk about Sojin's build.
Yes.
So he went cooldown boots on Ashe for more arrows. I want to see his actual total CDR. It is 15, so no cooldown runes or masteries. But it puts his Enchanted Crystal there at rank 2 at 76.5, which is a fairly short cooldown. I'm also curious to see that he went Phantom Dancer over Static Shiv. I really like Shiv on Ashe because your first attack auto crits. And with Infinity Edge, it means you're doing 250 lightning damage to like 4 targets, which often is like multiple champions. It makes you incredibly bursty, which is kind of the play pattern you want as Ashe. But Phantom Dancer is like more of a DPS item, but then he's not getting DPS because he went cooldown boots. It's strange.
Yeah. It's a weird kind of trade-off.
Yeah.
That it's like you go one or the other, or you go both, right?
I definitely like the idea of cooldown boots. It makes sense here. It also helps it match up with the cooldown of the Rengar ulti.
Yeah, exactly.
You can pair them up more often.
Like, actually, he hit another level, so that Rengar ulti is 42 seconds.
Yeah, 42 versus 67, only a 15-second window, really, where Ashe Arrow would still be down. It's pretty reasonable.
He's got to hit it, though, and Inori might be close to that Banshee's Veil. we'll see they'll both line up. Inori's going to be the one who...
Again, he ulted.
He ulted. He's ulted. He's just stalking now. He's like, I see you guys.
Here's what I like about this comp, though, by the way. They have so much map vision. You have Hawkshot on a super low cooldown.
Yeah, and they're like, everybody's down bottom. Go get top turret, Inori.
Yep. And it allows Inori to make these split push plays. He can ult to see if people are around, sees they're not. Hawkshot can see people are around, sees they're not.
Man,
split push a guy.
Everybody's had this solo queue game where there's a Rengar that's fed and it's split pushing.
Yeah.
It's like, go get him. It's like, no.
Who?
Because who's going to deal with him? And then when you go to deal with him, he runs at the rest of your team. He like leaves the lane and you're like, is he ganking me? Or is he ganking the 4 people that I left?
Yeah. Well, thankfully, there's still some decent wards coming out of CLB. They're trying to get their ward vision up. Sightstone on ThinkCard, Sightstone on Sammy, but these wards seem to keep being swept away by the double sweepers and the raptor buffs Inori is getting. We're seeing a couple deep wards to spot some of these moves, but TSD still mostly allowed to play around the map.
He hasn't really gotten any kills since he got that Sword of the Occult. Still sitting at those 5 stacks.
Now, he does have that 12 trophy mark, though, by the way, so Thrill the Hunt, increased duration by 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's the one that everybody wants to get.
Yeah, he stalks for such a long time. He's trying it again here, and he will notice who's around. All the team is in mid. They got to wait for Rumble for a few seconds,
He's going to unstealth right now. Oh!
He goes in for Sammy, does not quite get the kill. Finally gets it off the burn damage. Now has the chase down. Going to go. Inori's just fine and healthy. Lorlo flashed away from the hook. Away from ThinkCard.
3 levels up over ThinkCard. He is taking so much solo lane farm. He is 80 CS up over ThinkCard. And this has really been how ThinkCard has been treated this entire NACS. He's like, first blood for my team, second blood. He's picking up kills, he's making plays, but then late game, he kind of disappears. And look at this, Inori was doing Baron by himself.
He solos Baron, the rest of the team goes mid, and CLB starts the fight, but they're missing their support, but they take down Ashe all the same. Inori is not here. Can the fight continue? Well, Big Ol' Ron forced the flash, still gets the kill. 2 picked up, actually. Lorlo, the tank, under the Nexus, will go down. A triple kill for Arc second. Inori not even trying to join the team, but the counterattack comes in. Stixay does get 1.
Ultimate from Inori. He's trying to come in again.
Word of the wall, no one to jump to. But mid lane to pressure. Stixay and Sammy are the ones alive. It is a 3 versus 2 inside the base. Taunts on the corpse. This could be TSD's game to win now.
Ooh. Just threw away the 5 ferocity there.
He's gonna jungle some more, whatever.
I mean, you never know. Like,
they go.
It's one of those situations where it's better safe than sorry. He's just throwing it away. It's like, I have some mana left for a stun. Let me just, no, I'm good.
That's fair.
He gets it back, though, fairly quickly. He's not punished for it at all. But this was really kind of crazy. The fact that they don't have Sammy, TSD, this is a 4-on-4. Because Inori is at the Baron. They blow up Stixay, and Stixay turns around just to get that last fadeaway kill on Soja, because now he needs to back to heal up again. And this Glitter Lance is actually really great. But Stixay, speaking of him,
and exploded. Inori's gonna get that kill. Big Ol' Ron was there. Overextension by Sivir for sure. But the back half of the fight, they try to go for Lulu, but she heals herself nicely with the ulti. Sammy will go down. Glitter Lance does catch him to Lee Sin as well. Another 3 for 0. TSD pretty much have this game.
Man, that jump in from Inori was just like the New Dawn cinematic onto the AD carry. Rengar leaped in, and Sivir was no more.
There we go. Baron picked up. Jungler mechanics, Inori misses smite.
Jungler mechanics. He didn't even smite, did he? I don't think he did. No. Oh man, look at the gold. The gold.
17,000.
Yeah, he is the carry of this game. Yep. I'm glad we brought it up at the start that he is in a position to do that. They kind of left Arc second on island for a little bit, and he was getting out-roamed by Kenny, but then he started picking up these kills when they grouped up for team fights, and Inori, pretty much the soul engage alongside the Ashe Arrow, he pretty much just runs with that. He's doing a great job as that soul. Oh my god, he sold...
Infinity Edge.
Yeah, he sold the...
You don't think he sold anything? That was his last item.
No, he sold the spear, or the shroud.
Oh, you're right, yeah. Spectre's cowl went down very fast. Inori. Oh my god!
What?
He's dead though. Like, I don't know if that's worth it. He lost some occult stacks. Yeah, it's a fast kitty. 4 away from the 20 stack, actually. A while to go until he gets bonus move speed.
Yeah. Oh, man. He just burst in. He lost stacks. It was not worth. And here,
not worth.
See if it is worth. Oh!
Right, with the carry dead, CLB look to make the comeback. They will not land the stun on Big ol' Ron, but the re-engage comes in. Ash and Lulu. The carry's left up. They get 2 kills. Down goes the jungler. Lorlo in a bad spot. They try to take down Big ol' Ron. They do. It's a 2 versus 3 arc second. 1 hit from dead. They get him. Stixxay will drop down. Sojin just barely outstanding.
Can he get away?
Lorlo is trying. Goes for Indivisible. Hit him. All right.
No, it's worth the BM.
All right, so here we go. Sojin and Indivisible on a 2-on-1. They will go for Dragon 4. Not much else to do. Are they actually going to go?
Nope.
Oh, Sojin goes, what?
Sorry.
Take Dragon.
There is farm in the top lane.
I guess Nori's going to go get Dragon.
So Sojin's the manager.
No rush.
Sojin's the manager. He's like, I will go top or you're fired. What the?
Arrow's going to hit
arrow.
Annie. Nope.
Oh! No.
I saw that coming. I was waiting for it.
Yeah,
Indivisible trying to solo Dragon.
A skill shot now.
He might win this.
Against the Dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, man. We have to play this in super slow motion because
he looks at normal speed.
It's going to look like he's going
Here's
normal
Whimsy. You ready? This is normal. This is 1/4 speed, I'm pretty sure.
This is actually...
Yeah. He walks faster than most champions at regular speed.
Was that a 1200 crit onto Annie?
Probably.
Oh man, we
just saw this.
We just saw this. Oh, there's Sammy. Sammy
flashes over, doesn't get it. Oh no! He's got to run. Sivir will pop. Can they catch him with the charm?
Oh no, he's doomed.
He's running away. They take him down, and Nori's got to be careful. It's a 5v4 with the carry dead.
For a minute.
For a minute, exactly. Now, do they have the engage potential, though? Sion ult's down. Ahri ult's down. Sivir ult is down. It's just the kickback, and Tivers is in the Annie stun, and she's low.
Yeah,
Sammy could get one
There's
shot.
no flash either from Sammy, but they'll have to seed this turret. Oh, man.
Thankfully, Dragon and Baron are dead, or those would have gone to CLB right now. And there's only a few minions, 35 seconds on Rengar. Can they get the inhibitor? That's, I think, the limit of what CLB can get.
Yeah, and the fact that the inhibitor respawned for them in the mid lane, there's no more super minions coming down this. Inori, he's getting too greedy. There's the...
He looked for something, kicks an Indivisible. Sammy will stun Big ol' Ron, and it's going to be the kill onto Annie. They go back into this one, though. Who's going to get the kills? Lee Sin has already died. Can he force to Zonia's? This is a fight that TSD might just win. In fact, it looks like they will. Great bit of burst on the Stixxay. He's going to go down. Lorlo, the last one alive. The 4v5 goes the way of TSD. As a 5-for-1.
Sojin just gets to sit in the back, throwing out damage, and Stixxay has to really worry about his positioning in these fights because he's that short-range Sivir, and everybody, even like the Rumble, if you can hit the Rumble can hit you. And it's not a good position to be in. And the Lorlo frontline is just not enough. They're running straight at this inhibitor. Inori is back up 15 seconds on Annie.
As long as they have some kind of tank, this could be the game right now. 12 seconds on Lee Sin, 20 on any one of the carry lanes here. Looks like they're not willing to backdoor the turrets just yet. Maybe with Rengar they can try. Annie is alive. Lee Sin is alive. 4 versus 2. They're not going to go for it. They got a minion wave top lane, double inhibitor, yeah.
Yeah, they cut the minion wave just to give themselves that option, and now they get 2 inhibitors. Now everybody is back up this game. We said it was a bonus game, but it's definitely delivering on being an entertaining bonus game.
Inori needs to sell his Sword of the Occult, by the way. It's at 3 stacks.
Yeah,
it's a new
it's
item.
not worth.
Super not worth. So I wonder how much Inori got yelled at, by the way, because he nearly threw that game.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I got this! Oh, shoot, right.
Shoot. Is what he's going for.
Well, we'll see what he actually said, but... It's still a 16-kill lead for TSM Darkness. Problem is, a melee squishy is the primary breadwinner here of TSD. Those are champions that can be killed quickly in team fights by the likes of Annie and Ahri.
If he's not making 1v5 plays, he's going to destroy at least 1 person, possibly 2. Otherwise, if people aren't beside him, he's getting picked off when he jumps in. And his escape route, right? Like, Indivisible was not there to lantern him out. So he's just going solo mission. He's basically doing what he was doing on Fizz, where he's like, I'm solo missioning, I'm going top. Right now, though, they have more working in their favor. They have the mid lane and the top lane inhibitors pushing minions towards that base of CLG Black. So TSD looking to take this game but they still have to rein in their aggression. They have to play this a little more calculated and just wait for these minion waves.
Well, 115%.
Oh, there's the engage.
Lorlo goes in, he lands a stun.
Oh my
They're
God!
gonna catch Inori. That's the 1-for-0, but the trade kills are just massive. The damage coming out there is gonna be a kill back on Lorlo. It's a 2-for-1 for TSD, despite them being the one who gets caught. Arch second just whimsying around. Lorlo will die. The hook catches Think Card. He's gonna die as well. The damage output is massive. Stixxay will trade to Big Ol' Rod. He almost gets Arch second, but the zone just keeps him alive. Kenny is gonna get hooked. He's gonna get hit pretty darn hard, and the shields are massive. Sojin's gonna get the kill as well. That is an ace inside the base. There's super minions there. TSD will take the tiebreaker and end the season in 5th place.
Moving CLG Black down to 6th place as well, and a little bit lower in those qualifiers next season.
All right, well, with that game, we're going to have to bid farewell to CLG Black and TSM Darkness. We will see them in the Summer Challenger Series qualifiers with staggered buys for those teams based on where they ended up. We know the top 4. We'll have them on your screen shortly, and we got to see what that race is going to be. First place in Challenger Series playoffs joins the LCS and swaps places with Coast. Second and third are in the promo tournament against Dignitas and Winterfox. 4th place, we'll just see him next time in Summer Split.
Everybody seems to think that that 1st place team is going to be Enemy. We talked to Alex. We talked to a lot of different people, and they're like, yeah, Enemy is the team to beat. Enemy is the team in Challenger that looks like they're going to be in LCS next season. And a lot of people don't have a lot of faith that that's going to change in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But we have seen upsets before.
All the time.
But Enemy, they haven't looked too challenged this season. The one game that they lost was off of a lot of misplays on their part and Fusion capitalizing on the early game.
Yeah.
But otherwise, Enemy really doesn't have a lot of bad early games.
I tend to agree. It's going to be a very fun playoff to watch. Now, guys, the games have all been played. Here's where we stand heading into the playoffs. NE Esports, once again, they've locked up 1st place. They've only lost a single game all spring split. After that is TDK in 2nd, Team Fusion in 3rd, Final 5 in 4th. We're going to see what happens as these teams make their way to the playoffs next week.
After our tiebreaker, TSM Darkness finishes in 5th and CLG Black is in 6th. They now head to the Summer Challenger qualifiers, where CLB will endure one less qualifier round to return.
Or no, TSD will endure one less round.
TSD.
They're one round advantage. We'll see as that all shakes up later on in the year. But next week, these semifinals get underway. There's no buys. You just seed right into this one. Our first match is TDK against Team Fusion. That BO3 will take place Tuesday night. Challenger's going to be on Tuesday night, March 31st at 6 p.m. Same time, just different day, Pacific Daylight Time.
Once again, that is on Tuesday. And on Wednesday night, April 1st, we will have Enemy Esports and Final 5 also at 6 p.m. We are broadcasting both Tuesday and Wednesday night the next 2 weeks during the Challenger playoffs. So once again, for the 18th
The schedule's changing.
Tuesday's
and added.
Wednesday.
Yeah, playoffs a big deal here for the Challenger Series. So those games, all 4 series, will be broadcasting. Again, that 3rd place match that's the week after is a spot in the promo tournament, so watch for that one as well. Now, week 9 of the European LCS kicks off tomorrow with the Copenhagen Wolves against Rocket.
After that, H2K faces Fnatic, and the day closes out with the Unicorns of Love against Gambit Gaming. It all gets started at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6 p.m. Central European Time.
So that's all from us here today on the Challenger Desk. We'd like to say thanks again to our guests Impaler, Alexich, and Chunky Fresh. Good luck in the playoffs, guys. And now on behalf of myself, Zyrene, and the entire live broadcast crew, thanks for watching. Good night.
Take it easy.
Take it, I can you.
Subbed it.
On
Subbed
the best. Wow, but it's down now. The hook's going to land. Stixxay with a severe misplay. He's got to be careful. Will go down to first blood. But is it going to be enough? Equalizer on the back line. Invisible goes in. Kicks back by Think Card. Is it going to be enough? Big ol' Ron the focus. But first, Sammy goes down. 2 picked up, actually. Lorlo, the tank, under the Nexus, will go down. A triple kill for Arc second.
He's getting too greedy. There's the...
He looks for something. Kicks an Indivisible. Sammy will stun Big ol' Ron. And it's going to be the kill onto Annie. They go back into this one, though. Who's going to get the kills? Goes in. He lands a stun.
Oh, my
They're
God!
going to catch Inori. That's the 1-for-0, but the trade kills are just massive.